You better watch yourself with Judge Carver when you make the plea today.
Don't worry, Dad. I think this one's in the bag.
Oh, big man. Never lose a case, huh?
Well, all you have to do is prepare them, right?
Jimmy. I looked over your notes. I wouldn't mention the Tennyson Dairy Company if I were you.
It's my main point.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
You didn't have to look over my notes. I would have shown them to you.
They're right on your desk in front of me.
In an envelope.
It wasn't sealed.
Well, good luck in your case. Oh, Dad. If I were you, I wouldn't put that Forbes witness on the stand. You'll just antagonize the judge and the jury.
I figured to win the whole case that way.
Believe me, I know what I'm talking about.
How did you know I was going to put the Forbes witness on the stand?
I just looked at your notes.
Well, what do you mean, spying over my shoulder, reading my notes?
I wasn't spying over your shoulder. You left them on your desk. Good luck.
Good luck.
Reynolds Aluminum presents Harrigan and Son, a Desilu production, starring Pat O'Brien as Harrigan Sr., with Roger Perry as Harrigan Jr.
How can you be drinking that to get thin and eating those at the same time?
Well, I figure this way. Everything will work out in the right spot.
Well, ladies, chalk up one for our side.
Judge Carver decided in your favor. How nice.
Miss Clarice, let me tell you, it was like taking candy from a baby.
Hello, son. Did you blow it?
I won it.
Good.
Mr. Harrigan, it was like taking candy from a baby.
You didn't mention the dairy company, huh? Well, I told you I'd never steer you wrong.
I mentioned it.
Oh?
How'd you do?
I blew it.
Really? Gee, I'm sorry, Dad. I thought sure you'd win if you didn't put that Forbes witness on the stand.
But I put him on the stand.
Well, see, you should have listened to me.
You should have, Mr. Harrigan. Don't forget your son has won 8 cases in a row.
How can I forget? You keep reminding me.
Don't feel too badly, Mr. Harrigan. When you've been a lawyer as long as you have, some decisions have to go against you.
Gypsy's right. You can't win them all.
Oh, but you can, can't you?
Mr. Harrigan, you'll get back in stride again, even if you have lost your last 2 cases.
What do? Keep a box score around here?
No, Dad, believe me, winning my last 8 cases doesn't mean a thing to me.
Well, then why mention it?
Well, it's just that I still think you're a better lawyer than I am if you lost 20 in a row.
I don't intend to.
I'll bet he doesn't lose another one.
He wouldn't have lost this one if he hadn't put that Mr. Forbes on the stand.
He's right. I warned you, Dad.
That had nothing to do with it.
Hi, Jim.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, Judge Neri.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you in court today, but you ran out of there so fast.
Well, what do you expect me to do when I lose a case? Stay and take bows?
Well, you can't win them all.
That's what I told him, Judge.
So did I.
Me too.
Oh, I can defend myself.
And you can defend the client, too. That's what I want to talk to you about, Jim. My wife's being sued. She backed into a car in a parking lot, and as usual, the plaintiff is claiming whiplash injury. I wonder if you'd handle it for me.
All right, Judge, I'll handle it for you. Oh, but first, I would like to ask you a question. I want to clear up something for my son here.
Sure, Jim.
The fact that I put the Forbes witness on the stand, that had nothing to do with the final decision, did it?
Well, as a matter of fact, it had all to do with it. I think the jury was leaning your way up until then.
Oh.
I'll have my wife get in touch with you.
Oh, no, Judge. Never mind. My son will take care of it. He's the brains of this organization. He handles all the difficult cases.
Hey, come here. There's something wrong with this drink. There is too much orange juice in this drink. It's not a good drink.
Don't tell me that. I've been making them that way for 25 years.
I've been drinking them for 15. This is not a good drink.
I know my business.
I know my drinks.
All right, so order something else.
It's a good idea. I will. But not in here.
Everybody wants to tell the other fella how to run his business.
You're telling me.
Day in, day out, listening to people's complaints, hearing their troubles across the bar. I'm fed up with it.
I'm getting fed up with the bar, too. I'm a lawyer, Tom, remember?
I ain't gonna be behind here much longer. I'm retiring next month. Yeah. I bought a little piece of property down in Florida for the missus and me, and I'm just gonna take it easy. I've had it.
I know how you feel. I wouldn't mind retiring.
So why don't you?
Well, how'd you go about it? How do you retire?
It ain't hard.
Well, I've always looked at it as like a bum with money.
Is that bad?
Come to think of it, that's not bad at all.
It's a different thing altogether, though, when you're asked to retire and they give you, say, like a watch. That's sort of telling you, boy, it's later than you think. But if you can do it on your own free will, this you can enjoy.
Ralph Waldo Emerson couldn't have put it better.
Where's he 10 bar?
He's retired. Tell my son I want to see him right away.
Oh, Mr. Harrigan, you're going to take Judge Neary's place. I'm glad you'll win it. The perfect thing for a comeback.
I've never been away. Well, Kathy, this is it. You know, I've often wondered how I'd feel when I made the decision. And now that I've made it, I feel good. Real good.
Want to see me, Dad?
Yes. Sit down. No. Sit here. Sheriff pitches pretty well, doesn't it?
Oh, I get it. Still sore about losing that case. I know exactly what you're going to say. I'm trying to step into your shoes. I'm trying to take over the firm. Well, it's not true. Now, look at that. If I said anything to
You
offend
didn't say anything, and I'm not sore. Now, sit down. Just that I've had it. I want to retire.
Well, now you're acting childish. Well, just because we had an argument.
That has nothing to do with it. There comes a time in every man's life.
Why don't you just top by his son?
You didn't top me, and stop interrupting. I haven't retired yet. Sit down.
All right, I'll let you handle the case for Judge Neary's wife. Now, I'll get you back on the beam. Right now, you're just mad.
I'm not mad.
Why are you shouting?
I'm not shouting. Hey, sit down. Oh, my boy. I've always looked forward to the day when I could retire, kind of sit back and take it easy, and have somebody I could trust, and carry on the name for the firm.
And you picked this day just because...
I picked this day just because I felt like it. I got a mind of my own.
You're darn right. You would have put that phone through it. Just understand.
I got a good mind to fire you before I retire.
Oh, Dad, you could never give up your practice. Now, look, take back your chair. Sit down. Cool off.
My boy, I don't think you know your father. My mind is made up. I have handled my last case.
Now, wait a minute, Dad.
Gypsy, call the sign painter. Get him up here right away.
The sign painter? What for, boss?
I'll tell you what for. One of those Harrigans is coming off the door.
Why, Mr. Harrigan, how can you be so petty? Firing your son just because he...
Well, I haven't fired him. I'm leaving. You're all looking at a man who has just retired.
Mr. Harrigan, I just can't look. It makes me too sad.
Nothing to be sad about. Be careful of that.
I'll be careful.
It's just not going to seem the same around here without you.
I don't want any tears. This is a joyous occasion.
You don't have to take your furniture out.
Place is all yours, Jimmy. That stuff goes to the warehouse.
Should go to the Smithsonian Institute. Why don't you change your mind?
Not on your life, Jimmy. Nope. I've been chained to that desk too long. Now the shackles are broken. You were looking at a free man.
You're really happy about it, aren't you, Mr. Harrigan?
That's right.
Excuse me.
For the celebration tonight, I'm inviting you all to Delaney's for my retirement dinner. You're all invited.
Get out of there, Painter.
Work, slave, work.
Retirement dinner? Why, I can't believe it. Your father really means it.
I think he does.
He'll change his mind halfway through the dinner. When he gets to the dessert, he'll be running the office again.
Mr. Harrigan, it's not going to be the same with you out of the office.
Oh, you'll all get along just fine without me.
When Mr. Harrigan was in Florida on the land rights case for 3 months, we seemed to function perfectly well.
That's right, Dad, we did.
Yeah, come to think of it, we did get a lot of work done.
Oh, but that was different. I was there when you needed me, but now you're on your own.
Well, I think his speech is in order.
Before you begin, hope you didn't get me a watch.
No, we didn't.
Well, whatever you bought me, it wasn't necessary.
Oh, don't worry, Dad. We didn't buy you anything.
Oh, you didn't? Well, supposing I buy you something. A little after-dinner drink, then I'll take you all out to the Pink Angel, and we'll have a ball.
I'll have to skip that, Dad. It's 11:15. I'd just like to say my speech and then call it an evening.
All in an evening? It just started. Man doesn't retire every day. Come on, let's live it up.
Well, that's what my speech is about.
Speech.
Now, as long as you're not going to be with us anymore, I'm going to carry on in the best Harrigan tradition. Now, you've given me a lot to shoot at. Diligence, client's interest, and, above all, the law comes first. Now, Dad, I just want you to know, if it wasn't for you...
Oh, don't get sentimental.
Well, I don't intend to. I just want you to know that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have the opportunity of acquiring a long list of satisfied clients. And I'm going to keep them that way. I just want to thank you for the chance. Well, that's all.
That's the finish?
Well, I've got to be in court early in the morning. Can I drop you off, Dad?
Oh, no, you run along, you busy little beaver.
Good night.
All right.
Well, Gypsy.
Oh, no, I'd better get home, too. Just because I'm working for your son, Mr. Harrigan, I am not going to let down.
Miss Clarice.
Oh, well, I've got to run along also. Lots of work to do tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Harrigan.
All right.
Night, Mr. Harrigan.
Good night.
Well, party breaking up?
Oh, they've all got work to do tomorrow. But not me.
Tell me, how does it feel to be retired?
Great. Just great.
Like a bird let out of its cage.
Mr. Harrigan.
How about going to the ball game with me today?
Ball game? Mr. Harrigan, I'm not lucky like you are. I'm not retired. I gotta do a lot of work here.
What are you going to do with all your money,
Hey,
Sal?
Mister, here, you need... Mr. Harrigan, you want to know something? Ever since you retired, I'm losing money. You know, I like talking to you, but the customers, they think I'm busy and they go away from me.
Okay. If money means more to you than friendship, give me a shine.
I give you one this morning.
Forget it. Give me another. I wouldn't think of sitting here without paying you for the seat.
Now, look, Mr. Harrigan, you talk, I talk, and I don't make any work. So, look, you want to sit there? Okay, you sit there. I give you this nice magazine. You can talk to yourself, smoke your pipe. Oh, please, let me finish my work.
No, don't let me disturb you.
Wait, don't take it that way, please. I'll give you a shine for nothing, and then we talk, huh?
No, I've got other friends.
$6,400.12. $527.
Hello, Charlie.
Oh, hi. 9,202.
How's the world's greatest certified public accountant?
Oh, yeah. 8,125.
Remember I said that Ducky Medwick batted .339 for St. Louis?
Yeah?
Well, I was wrong. I got the record book.
7,000.
He batted .374 and 37.
374, 37.
That's right.
374? Where'd that come from? Well, that's wrong. It's 5,384.
That's right. How about that Archie Vaughan in Pittsburgh at 35 at 387?
35, 387.
That's right.
No, that's wrong. It's 384.
No, we're both wrong. It's 385.
384.
385.
384, 385. Jim, will you shut up?
What's the matter with you, pal?
Well, I got work. You're disturbing me.
Pardon me if I seem to intrude.
Oh, look, if you want to hang around, read your record book, that's perfectly all right, but cut out the yakking.
Well, who's yakking? Fella comes in to have a little conversation with his pal, and he throws him out.
Oh, no, I'm not throwing you out, Jim.
Well, what else would you call it?
Look, if you want to hang around because you got nothing else to do...
I got plenty to do. Don't forget, you were glad enough for me to come up to the hospital and yak with you when you had your appendix out.
Oh, Jim, but this is different.
Not with me, it isn't. I hope it grows back in again.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, beautiful.
Could rain, though. Still, thanks. Doesn't hardly seem likely.
No, it doesn't. Then you never can tell.
Hardly damp enough for rain.
No, it's beautiful day.
Yeah, beautiful.
Could rain, though.
Yeah, it could. Well, nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
I tell you, he's a problem.
Problem.
He's a big problem.
A big problem.
I said that.
And you got to do something about it.
Yes.
Don't tell me, tell my father.
He's not talking to me.
He won't talk to me either.
And that's all your fault.
My fault?
Yes.
What did I have to do with it?
If you did not come into business with him, he would have never retired.
And if you don't get him off the street and get him back here in the office, he's not going to have a friend left in the world.
Not only that, nobody can get any work done.
Now, wait a minute. This was my father's own decision. He's a very stubborn man.
Oh.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Swell.
Try. Remember that when a man retires, it takes him a while to get used to it.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we cannot afford to get used to it.
You're not going to handle their case, are you?
That's not why they're here.
But we know a case, all right. And it's right here. Excuse me, please.
Charlie, what's 385?
Thanks.
How's the man of leisure, Mr. Harrigan?
Never felt better in my life. I thought you were going to call me Sunday.
Well, I'm sorry, Dan. I was working. If you ask me, that's what you should be doing.
That's what I want to talk to you about.
You want to come back? Great.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Harrigan. It'll be a pleasure working for you again. Not have to worry about spelling.
It'll be good to have you bustling around here again, Mr. Harrigan.
We've all missed you, Dan.
Well, I had no intentions of coming back into the firm. As a matter of fact, a publisher called me. Wants me to write a book about some of the unusual cases I've handled during my years of law practice. What do you think about it, Jimmy?
Well, I'd much rather see you as a lawyer than an author. But if you want to move back in and start writing, fine.
Oh, no, I'd rather work at home. I think better when it's quiet. I was wondering if I could borrow Gypsy tomorrow for a little dictation.
Let's see. Miss Claridge has to be in court with me. Somebody should be here.
Oh, I wouldn't inconvenience you. No, I'll come in here and dictate.
What are you going to call the book?
Inside Harrigan, Senior. And in the murder trial of Harry Thurs, the odds were against us. Our only hope was to come up with a surprise witness. So I immediately hopped a plane for Mexico City. There you are, Miss Claridge. There's the rest of that chapter.
All right, Mr. Harrigan.
Miss Claridge, is that McCoy brief ready?
I haven't finished it, Mr. Harrigan. I've been doing some typing for your father.
Claridge is helping Gypsy with some of the chapters. You don't mind, do you?
This is an important brief.
Well, there's only one more chapter, and then you can have her.
Why don't you do your writing at home?
Well, I get finished quicker this way.
James Harrigan Jr.'s office. Oh, yes, he is.
I'll take my office, Gypsy.
It's not for you, it's for your father. It's your publisher.
Oh, the publisher. Thank you, Gypsy. I'll take the call in your office, Junior.
My office?
Yeah. I want to take these with me. I want to read the changes to him.
Your father's doing real well.
Well, I'm not. Ever since he started writing, I feel like a visitor in this office.
Well, he's nearly finished. Just one more chapter.
Good. Then I want to spend half the day listening to what he's written.
All right, Jimmy boy. You can have your office now. Going over and see my publisher. They've got a whole new idea on my approach. I'm going to discuss it with them and start all over.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm going to have this right if it takes me all year.
All year? I've got to get my father out of retirement before I have to retire.
I don't think you'll be able to. He really likes what he's doing.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Maybe you can talk him out of retirement.
Miss Claridge, has anyone ever talked my father out of anything?
Well, I thought he'd talk himself out of it.
That's it. It's exactly what he's going to do.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Gypsy! What's going on there?
Huh? Oh, the name Wickle.
Oh, you don't say. Miss Claridge, my son in?
In your office.
And I want a very modern desk right next to the window.
Who's Wickle?
Wickle? He's a friend of mine. I decided to take in a partner. And let's get rid of all this old corny
I didn't
wallpaper.
retire so you could bring in a stranger.
Oh, I know that. Would you excuse us for a minute? I know that. I just can't handle it by myself.
Why not? I did when you were in law school.
Well, Wickle's a very good attorney, and I just decided that I needed
Oh, I get it. You had it in mind all the time. That's why you didn't squawk when I left.
some... Oh, wait a minute. I asked you not to.
You weren't very emphatic about it.
How emphatic can I get?
I'll tell you something else. The only name that's been on that door for 30 years is Harrigan. I'm surprised at you.
Oh, you're making too much out of it, Dad.
I am. Well, I got every right to. I'm your father, and you throwing me out.
I didn't throw you out. That was your decision, remember? And I think you're old enough to make your own.
You bet I am.
What's going on, Mr. Harrigan?
My name, that's what's going on.
I don't think your son's going to like this.
I don't care whether he likes it or not.
What about your book?
I've got plenty of time for books, and when I write my autobiography, I'm going to devote half of it to an ungrateful son.
Who gave the order to change the names on this door?
I did. What about it?
Well, I think you could have talked it over with me first.
You didn't talk to me about Wickle.
I made a deal with Wickle. Can't back out now.
You've got to. Jimmy, it wouldn't be right for you to work with anybody but me.
But you want to retire.
No, I don't. Come on, let me come back into practice with you.
Well, of course you know I want you to, Dad. But... No. How do I know you wouldn't do it again?
Never. I promise. Okay, what I'll do, I'll help you with the Judge Neary case. As a matter of fact, I'll handle it myself. What do you say?
Well...
Oh, come on. Call Wickle. Tell him I'm back with you.
Well, all right, I'll call him. Feel awfully embarrassed about this. He's a nice guy. I hate to hurt his feelings.
Well, I'll talk to him.
Mr. Wickle, please.
Now, look, Mr. Wickle.
At the next tone signal, the time will be 9:15 and a quarter. At the next tone signal, the time will be 9:15.
There is no Wickle. You tricked me.
So what, you're back in business? Sue me. Get back in there where you belong. I had it moved back last night.
All right, Miss Claridge, don't sit there. You're not with Judge Carberry, you know. Get to work! Gypsy!
Yes, sir, Mr. Harrigan. Sounds like old times.
And it couldn't be a better sound.
H-A-double-R-I.
spells Harrigan. Proud of all the Irish blood that's in me. Devil a man can say a word again me. H-A-R-R-I-G-A-N-U-C. It's a name that a shame never has been connected with Harrigan. That's me.
Harrigan and Son has been presented.